Good morning, everybody. It is
Morning.
Tuesday of the Wake Up and Resell with the Reseller Revenue Facebook group. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube. We do the first portion on YouTube and then we'll go private with the group. Everybody has a lot to share here and does a great job. Today's calls will be this one, and then Russell follows up with a beginner call that he is basically available to help with whatever you need, if you need some one-on-one help, or he will sometimes expand on the topic that we had for the day. So he's in after this, and then today at 11, this is all Central Time, we have Michelle's doing our live call, like live selling call, like whatnot, at 11, and then at 1 we have the jewelry call with me and Lynn, which is Lynn and I have been trying to get together to do a podcast together for jewelry for quite a while. So it's costume jewelry chronicles, and
Yeah.
she also has her Facebook and her YouTube that it'll be released to also. So that's at 1 o'clock today. So we're starting to get a pretty good full schedule. I think tomorrow's even more full than today. So try to support our hosts if you can by popping in and asking any questions you have, and just kind of being supportive of them would be fantastic. So today we talked about shipping yesterday, and I actually had a lot of great in last night's call. We had some follow-up questions about shipping and some follow-up conversations about shipping, and we had some really great. You guys did a great job of answering the poll of your shipping, and then about price buckets of what you guys do. And it was interesting to see how each of you guys have your price buckets to be able to offer that flat rate shipping. So I really like that. And hopefully I might pin that post, because I think for new people, new sellers, I feel like that could be a really good post for them to look back on, just to get a feel of what people are charging for shipping. So if anybody has any today, I would like to go, and if anybody is willing to share their shipping stations, even by pictures or video, if you could raise your hand, that'd be fantastic. If you guys are willing to share that, doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be anything special, just what we're shipping with. And then if you have any tips, tricks, or any tools that you absolutely love for shipping, that would be great too. So, oh, Autumn's here, and I thought she was at her dance thing, but she must be able to tune into us this morning, which is great. So if you guys have any of that you're willing to share, put your hand up. Also, Laura would like to introduce herself this morning, or actually because I asked her if we could introduce her. So whenever you're ready, Laura, put up your hand and we'll do that too. So good morning.
Good morning.
What do you sell, Laura?
So I sell a mix of things, but I primarily do vintage clothing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Kimberly sells a lot of vintage clothing too in here. So, and
Oh, very
Suzanne
cool.
gets vintage clothing sometimes too. Kimberly does a lot of it. That's her primary, what she sells. So that would be
Awesome.
interesting. I think she's going to do, I have her set up to do a call in here about how to date vintage clothing. I can't remember what day it is, but she's going to do that for us. So,
Oh, that's very helpful for
yep.
anybody.
Well, we're glad to have you, and don't be afraid to ask any questions. Have you been selling very long?
On and off since 2010, but I went full time with a whole dedicated room here this year.
Excellent. Well, I think you'll be pleased with the support we have in here for you.
So
And
far, so good.
great. Well, if anybody else has any questions, or if anybody else is new, Tuesdays are kind of our question day, following up for Monday's call, whatever we talked about. So anybody have any shipping stations, tips, tricks, anything? Surely we all ship, right? Hopefully we're all shipping a lot. Do we all ship a lot? Hopefully. Surely we're all shipping. Sometimes when I ask things, it's like, okay, maybe you aren't doing it, but surely we're shipping. Sherry,
Good morning. Hey,
good morning.
my shipping station is just like a little shelf next to my desk, and I have plastic shoe boxes with I think one, two, three, four different sizes of bags. I use the 9 by 11, and then I use the 11 by 15, and then I have bigger ones that are, I don't know, 20 by maybe 14, and then I have 9 by 6. And so I just do it at my desk, and grab a bag, put it in there, print the label. And then I also have my poly bags that I put my clothes in from my inventory. And instead of squeezing the air out of them, when I put the numbers on the bags and I have them in like a plastic basket, I take a stack and I take scissors and I cut the corner off of them, like just a little tiny bit. And I do about 20 at a time. That way, when I put the item in the inventory bag and seal it, I just smash the air out easily. So
Like,
that's my 2 cents.
well,
Any
I'm getting
questions?
ready. Well, you're always nice and organized, but I am, you know, with the shed, I've been trying to figure out, do I want a separate shipping station? Because like right now, I literally use a little card table and that's directly in front of my inventory, and I can reach all my inventory from a rolling chair. So I could like literally just turn 360 in my chair and reach all my inventory. And I really kind of want it set up the same way, even though it seems kind of simple and I could have it a lot nicer. It works and it's not expensive. And I'm not having to deal with a bunch of big boxes. So a little bitty table that's just for shipping works fine for me. Literally, I have a garbage can and then I have my 6x9 padded envelopes. I do keep padded flat rates for big orders. And then 2 sizes of jewelry boxes, and that's it. And that's all I need for shipping. I do keep some of that honeycomb paper in a roll in case I need to wrap something, but besides that, it's easy peasy. I do like my Rollo thermal printer. If you do use a Rollo, I really actually highly recommend the rolls of labels. For me, they work great. They don't ever get jammed, and I could buy them cheap at my local newspaper office. It's like five and a half, like 5.50 a roll for a huge roll, and then they last forever, so they work really well. So, um, simple's great.
On those
Um,
Rollo printers, you can also get a little stand, and so
Mhm.
the roll goes underneath it, and it makes the footprint much smaller.
Yep. I have a little stand for mine too, and it works really good. Suzanne asked what size jewelry boxes do we use? So I'm not really, I think mine's 2.5 by 1, maybe. I don't know, it's a number 32 size box. And then I get number 34 size boxes for bigger orders. Larry, are you in your shipping area right now, Larry? I can't even tell if
No, but
you're,
I can show you a couple of pictures.
we'd love to see pictures because I remember seeing yours on accident and I remember being inspired by your rules and stuff.
Yeah, some of these are old photos, but a lot of it still applies. So, what is that? Okay. So this was taken several months ago, but it's more or less somewhat the same. Basically, all my shipping happens on this little shelf. I took a piece of this is cabinetry that I got out of a cabinet shop used. He ended up buying, I got like 15 of these boxes for like $100. It was really nice. I put a countertop on it. I now have another one of these sitting right beside this over to the right. So this where this red stuff is, there's another one of these off to the right. This is a roll of the craft paper. If I'm packing something heavy and I need some cushion, I'll use the craft paper to crumple it up. This is a paper dispenser thing that I made with a couple of pieces of wood, a dowel. I sharpened a piece of wood or metal right here. So I got a little blade there to chop off the stuff. You can buy those for like $50. I had an afternoon, so I made one. This is that tape dispenser thing I made a long time ago. This is basically a roll of tape that I can operate one-handed, which is really nice. When you got one hand holding the stuff tight and you just reach over, and the way that it's set up is the sticky part is on the top. And so I just touch it and make sure I don't touch the blade that's right there because I cut myself when I do that. And pull it forward, pull it down. I got a piece of tape and just stick it on. So that's going on right here. This board here on the left is filled with pegs. And the tools that are on here change all the time, but I typically have a pair of scissors or two. This cup that I screwed onto the wall is great. This is where I put knives and razor blade tools and needle nose pliers or whatever else happens to be in there. My stickers and tape supplies are underneath. Over here on the left, this is the lighter packing paper. You know, that not craft paper, which is heavier, but this is the light stuff that you typically will use to wrap up like China or whatever that people put stuff on. This has been a game changer for me going to this stuff because it's one piece. I used to buy it by the roll, and you'd have to tear it off. Now I just pull out 3 or 4 sheets, crumple them up, shove them in, stuff them in, stuff a few more, and then I'm on my way. My box stock is off to the left here. If you continue and looking to the left here, this is all my boxes. And these shoes are now gone. They're in my storage locker, but this space here is now more a variety of bags and some other supplies that I have, including the smaller boxes. I cleared this out. This is now where my radio and computer go. So that's what's going on. And then if you continue over to the left, so picture I'm standing right there shipping, and then right behind me is this. And this is the edge of one of those racks, and hanging from chains that are attached on both sides of the rack. This is a roll of grocery bags, really thin. You know what you put lettuce in at the grocery store. These things are great if you've got really fragile shoes, or something that you want to protect against each other as you're packing them together, or a bag of marbles or whatever the heck you're dealing with. But these are like 18 by 14 bags or something like that, and they're super cheap, like less than a penny a piece when you buy them in a roll like this. I'm on my second roll of this stuff. This is heavy gauge. I think it's like 2 mil, 1 mil. I don't know. It's definitely not 4 mil, but if this is a saran wrap kind of stuff, and I use this stuff a lot. I'll just take whatever I'm after I photograph something, I'll pull that down, drop it in the center, roll it up 3 times, tear it off, put a sticker on it, and that way I don't have to worry about the item getting scratched or damaging something else. I'll put China in there, I'll put footballs in there, whatever. And it makes it really convenient because the sticker will stick to this stuff guaranteed. I don't have to worry about the sticker falling off, of which they don't stick to footballs very well or shoes, but they'll stick to this stuff really well. And it makes it much more convenient. I don't have to worry about things getting scratched. And then obviously this is my bubble wrap. So this is kind of
I like that.
my shipping operation.
It reminded me when you said the single pieces of the paper. So I do the same thing with bubble wrap. So I'd gotten sometimes we can learn really great things about shipping and what works really good by how we receive. Like if we get a shipment, we're like, wow, this packing's really good. What are they using? Sometimes that'll give you a good idea of what we should use. I had really good luck with it's find these little like bubble wrap pouches. They're just like little bags, but they're bubble wrap. And somebody's making a fortune off that, probably just sealing them up, making these pouches, but it saves so much time to just pull out this little bubble wrap pouch, drop something in it, roll it up, stick it in the box. So it's a time saving thing, and it doesn't really cost. I don't go through that many, so I don't mind the extra cost. So it's kind of like with your buy the sheets, it just makes life easier, and sometimes it's okay to pay for convenience.
Something similar to that. Years ago, I forget what I was trying to sell, but I bought a box of like 200 or 300 of those, the craft paper padded envelopes, 5x7, or fairly small, and not the typical shipping size. But what I'll do now is if I've got something, instead of wrapping it up with 3 sheets of 10 cents a sheet bubble wrap, I'll shove it in one of these bags, in one of these small padded envelopes. And just because it's oversized for the box I'm shoving it in, it kind of does a little spring action. I can shove it in there, and it's one way I'm getting rid of this old stock, for one thing. And I forget what I paid for it, but I suspect it's less than 30 cents a piece.
Yeah, and while you're chatting, I had some excellent feedback about your call yesterday, and you had a good room full of people, and everybody really enjoyed it. I had some really great positive feedback. So, and I'll
Cool.
upload that after I get done here. And so anybody that didn't catch Larry's call yesterday, make sure you watch it. I'll probably put that one on Patreon and Facebook, and probably on a YouTube link, because it was really good and people really enjoyed it. So,
Cool.
yep. Catherine.
Oh, finally got it to unmute. I kept hitting the button and it wouldn't unmute. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'll share my screen and I can show you my shipping station. Wait, can I just show you how do I just show you with my, can I just do this?
Sure. Easy peasy.
Okay, so let me get it so I'm not making you guys dizzy. Over here, I have I think they're 4x4x4 boxes to ship jewelry in, and I have my poly mailers next to it. I know I could do cheaper poly mailers, but my store name is Cherry Picket, and these have cherries on them. And so I think, maybe somebody will get that in the mail and think, oh yeah, Cherry Picket, I've shopped from her before. That's more for my clothing. I
Smart.
have thank you stickers that I put on the jewelry boxes and underneath. I think, is this what you were talking about, Carrie?
Yep, very similar. Yep.
Yep. So I have a bunch of those that I put the jewelry in. And then once I put it in that, I'm going to just do this. Can you guys see this okay? I don't know what
Yep.
you're looking at. I put my computer here. I have my Rollo printer. Can you see it?
Yep.
Rollo printer and my scale. And then next to all of that, I have my padded envelopes, my poly mailers, this needs to be reorganized. And then behind me is all my jewelry. So when I'm shipping jewelry, I can just roll my chair over and grab what I need.
I know the
What
rolling
size
the
are
chair
those
over
boxes?
is nice, isn't it?
Yeah. What's that?
Could you describe the boxes that you have your inventory in?
These little ones?
Are they 3-inch or 4-inch? No, the
Oh,
inventory.
I ordered these online. It's like one box that has dividers. I think it was for a fridge or something. And then I have different size bags depending on, I don't know, that light is so bright. You can hardly see. Depending on, what size thing I'm shipping. But then I put a SKU number and I put which tray it's in. So this is J21 and it's all in numerical order.
You really wouldn't need the J21, right? If everything's in numerical order.
No, I need it because maybe this one is empty sooner. So then I would, within this line, it's in numerical order, but I might fill up this one next and then one from 68 next. So I do need that number. I can go directly here, pull the number out that I need. I never lose anything.
You text me the link of that box, would you?
And they're sturdy.
You remember where you got it?
I would, but when I ordered 4 more of them, the company that made them isn't making them anymore. And I got the last of what they had. And I haven't been able to find other ones like this. But you might be able to just search like fridge dividers or something.
Okay.
This particular one I really like. The only thing it doesn't do is for the really bigger items, jewelry items, like the really chunky necklaces or something, are hard to fit in here. So then I have a couple of big tubs that I just put my bigger items in that wouldn't fit in there.
Cool.
That is cool. I haven't used them yet, but they're just boxes that are like really long boxes that are made the exact size of those jewelry pocket envelopes. And I haven't got them together yet, but that would be a lot easier to sit on a shelf and not have them fall over.
Yeah, I had individual ones, like little single ones, and I didn't like those. These I can grab and put next to my jewelry photo station and fill up 4 of them, refill 4 of them at once.
Mhm.
So
See, like things like that, like Larry's hanging station and Catherine's cool thing that she puts her things in. That's why I like us to share things like this, because Like I can't think of your tray that works really great like that because I've never seen one before. So you don't think about it till you see somebody else implement it, and then we know that, hey, maybe that would work for me. So
And
that's
I'll
kind of
try
why I
to
like
find a
doing that.
link. I'll try to find a link for it, and if I can
Then have
find
the
it,
measurements. Yeah,
yeah, then I'll post it.
excellent. I appreciate that. Jamie's smart. He says he can 3D print those. Be an excellent marketing thing. Lynn, are you at your shipping station? Since you said you're shipping, you want to show us where you ship?
Yes,
Oh, and
I
I
really
can
quick,
try.
in honor of the presidential debate tonight.
Good grief. That doesn't matter what side you're on, that could apply. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I can do it like Catherine did it.
Okay.
Am I echoing?
No, you actually sound good this morning.
All right, here I go. Let's see if I can get far enough away. All right, so this is not showing very well, is it?
All
Do you
right.
have hair
So I
on your
have-
desk or a wig?
What's that?
Do you have hair on your desk or a wig?
No. Oh, and that is strings.
Oh,
So, okay, I have a gallery style design here. So I have my computer on the back counter and I have my counter where I wrap my packages on this side. So I'm standing in the middle. All I do is just, I spin around. So on my counter, I have some spare paper. I just kind of put on the counter in case I need it. I have these type of things. They're called pillow packs. And I have them in 2 different sizes. This one's like 5-inch. This one's a 3-inch, 3.5-inch by 5-inch. And this one I think is 4 by 7, something like that. Anyway, I put all my my jewelry in here as I go pick it first. I put it all in here. And then I have my pillow packs, and then I have my poly mailers, which I have to restock every night.
so those are my
I have 2
favorite
different
poly mailers
sizes, and
I was talking about yesterday. Those are
yes,
them
love
because she's the
these.
one that recommended them, and they seal great. They are awesome.
Where did you get them?
Lynn told me where they were at
I
on
found them
Amazon.
online. They're on Amazon, but I hunted for cheaper ones than the white ones, and these are actually cheaper than the white ones. So
And they're nice.
I was pretty happy
You know what company?
about that. And then I print thank yous.
Do you have like the company name for
The
those?
company
I'll look it up.
name,
Okay, thanks.
it's a Chinese name.
Tell you what,
I
though,
don't,
they're
but
really
I
good
can put a
quality.
link if Carrie doesn't have it. Then I have some little thank yous, and I usually put earrings in this real small, they're probably 2 by 3s, and then I have a little bit bigger one for necklaces. And I have bigger ones behind me for like big necklaces. I also have my tape dispensers. I love this one. I don't know if you can see
Does it
this
stay
one.
put? Is it heavy?
Yeah, it's got suction cups on the bottom.
Yeah, so you can operate it with one
And it
hand.
is heavy. It is a little bit of a pain once in a while. You do have to kind of hold it. This one especially, I have tape that I use a lot more on just the little stuff. I do have my bubble wrap I put on my racks because behind this is all my jewelry, and I access that from the other side. But I have this hanging on that. It kind of works out great. I do have to I get my small bubble wrap from American Bubble Boy, and then I have that in the other room, and I roll a whole bunch on this smaller one. Otherwise, that big roll is just too big and bulky. It stands out real far. So that's one thing I have to do, which I
How much do you
really
pay for
wish
the
I
shrink
didn't.
wrap or for the bubble wrap? Do you know?
Oh, since I bought it, mm, something like that.
I didn't
And
quite.
then over here, 45 for 700 feet is my guess. That's a wild guess.
Do you have Sam's Club where you live?
That's what I was gonna say. I was just typing that, Larry. That's the cheapest bubble wrap I
Yeah.
found is Sam's Club.
It's $16 for 250 feet.
Yep.
I do. I don't have a membership to it. I always complain about having to have a membership to something you go shop, you
Yeah.
have to go shop at their store, but you have to pay to go shop at their store. I always hated that. But
Well, where else do you
because
get
I'm
a 30-gallon jug of pickles?
I know it, right? We needed it for
there's
when we
only
owned the
two of
bar.
us here. Okay, so this side is my scale, and all I do is I whip around, set my package on scale, and my computer sits right here, and my Rollo printer, which I
Hi.
absolutely love. I do have the
I think you hit the mute button, Lynn, because I actually didn't mute you this time. There we go. No. Yes.
I don't know how that muted,
I don't know either, but I actually didn't do it to you this time.
and I'm just holding the computer like I
I don't
had
know.
been
It's
holding
funny
it the whole
sometimes.
time. It's weird. Maybe I'm
I do
talking
like
too
your
much.
station though.
And here's all my excess stuff. And this is one thing I found at a yard sale. It's just one of those little metal racks. If I can show it correctly. It's just like a little metal shelving unit. And I throw my eBay bag. Can you see it? I can't
Yeah,
get
that's
down
kind of
that
cool.
far.
I
Yeah.
like it.
So all I do is spin, turn, and throw my package in that bag. And it's just like one big circle. So that's my station. I do have big boxes that I get. These are they're 8 by 6 by 4s. I use them on occasion. And this size is a little smaller. My husband got these from his work. I do use them, even though they have parts on the outside. But that's
They
it.
look like good boxes though.
Yeah, they're real nice and sturdy.
Well, thank you, Lynn. I appreciate you sharing.
No problem.
Jason.
If it's okay, I'd be happy to share
Sure.
mine as well if you're
Yeah, absolutely.
up for that. So, okay, cool. Have to figure out how to turn the camera around here. So, humor me, please.
Yep.
All right, I've got it. So my setup here is in the garage and selling it all. I've collected a variety of stuff to be able to get pretty much anything that comes my way out the door. So on this side, I have all the inventory. And over here is what I'm working with the shipping. So the table itself is huge. It's a conference table that's an 8 by 4. And I have the peanut hopper, the full size scale, and then all of the tools that I pretty much need. So as far as small stuff at hand, I mean, I use.
Jason, can you lower your hand?
Oh, I don't know how to do that on my side because I'm
I
mobile. I'm
got it.
sorry.
No, you're totally
Thank
fine. I
you.
got it.
So this is a variety of stuff that I'll use throughout. Mostly it's the items that are within the middle here. And this little holder I found to be pretty great if I need a small scale, cutting knives, Sharpies, markers, the measuring tapes, scissors, whatever I need. There's a few one-ofs that I will run into. So I've had this for quite some years. I picked it up at I don't know, Staples or Office Depot a long time ago. I will use the hand wrap, and then I also have the larger one, and there's times I'll have to use that too, the stretch film. This large contraption is the box cart. And we talked about this yesterday a little bit for those that were on the call for an everything seller. Man, we run into issues because of space constraints. But you know, when you're selling it all, you have a variety of different boxes. And I think Carrie suggested she did not miss this one bit. But typically when I'm shipping, I will take the box cart and pull it out. Now in the winter, it does present challenges because I'm in Michigan and it's cold and it snows, but minus the light, apologies. But this is the box cart and I just have a variety of different sizes. But this will give a kind of the idea of all the different boxes that you carry. So some of them I pick up as manufactured boxes, like the eBay boxes you can get with the quarterly coupon. Also a plug for that because it resets here in about 2 weeks or so. So I have a variety of the boxes, and then other boxes I will get from neighbors or friends, you know, for whatever it is that I'm shipping, different sizes, different shapes. So what we have done is that we have broken them down, and if the size is not already on it, so this one's an 18 cube. So I didn't have to mess with that one, but if the size is not readily accessible, we actually wrote the size. So I have a visual of what it is. And we did try to, you know, stack them, or align them, you should say, in ascending order. So here are the boxes, tape. I have a large peanut hopper. And last year we got a mouse in here, and unfortunately he got in the hopper, and you can imagine the mess that made. So these things are great if you have the space. There's also a secondary tool that I've used as well as a peanut hopper, which is this sucker right here. And you can fill this with like packing peanuts. For those of you that use peanuts, it has a little spout, and you can pour them right into a box. So that's something I have going on. And a few things underneath here. Maybe this will be helpful to the group. These are a variety of bins and boxes that I have underneath. So for the different things that, you know, that I guess tools and such that we need when we're shipping certain things. So different bubble mailers. These are unique. Foam corners. I also have some in polyurethane, and you know, they've been helpful to put like around electronics, for example. I can take this and then put the hand film. You can imagine then the other one's going over there. So there's stuff like that. Tape. And I like this tape the best personally, the Scotch storage one, even though we're shipping. Scotch makes 3 different kinds, and they're basically orange, blue, and green label. I found the blue and the green to be horrible, and orange to be the best. So this is all my tape, huge bin full of tape, different mailers, depending on what I'm shipping. And I have it stored just like this. So it's not always accessible one step, you know, like I can just grab it. Like maybe I need a small poly bag. So those are under here, depending on what size I need. So I can get to them. But this is the byproduct of when you sell it all, it's like, well, you know, what size widget, what size item do I need? What am I shipping? Correct. And last couple ones here. These I do sell a fair amount of like games and DVDs. So again, these are the eBay mailers. Excuse me. Just depending on the size. there was a couple comments on the bubble wrap. I get a lot of it from friends and neighbors, and I'm an advocate of that. So whether you're going to use the puffy pillows, these are kind of a hybrid. It's not exactly bubble wrap, but I'm sure people have seen this stuff. It's filler material. This is just a catch-all. That's not really important. And then I have a few different rolls of bubble wrap. I ended up purchasing on Facebook. Maybe the group would find that valuable. Excuse me. The bubble wrap, there was a guy that moved his household, right? And this is how I picked it up. So like little mini rolls, essentially. A couple of them have some tape on it. So you can say it's used, because it is. I picked up, I think like 30 like computer paper boxes. So they weren't quite this big, but I paid the guy like $80. So it was an insane deal, something that lasts just an incredibly long time. So I've had really, really good success with even new, if you want to just stay with new stuff, picking it up off of Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of people that'll give it away or sell it super cheap. Like if they had a project that they were doing and don't need it, or you will find places that their company got a shipment in and they basically need to discard it. So
Awesome.
yeah, that's and then I guess the last thing, like it's a little bit of a hot mess. I have found, and if you think about trying to create systems and processes, I don't know if this is optimal. I mean, this area I'm able to really use to set things out and get them all configured. This is a bunch of labels and stuff that I have. So depending on box size or box cutters. Was this shown? I don't know if that got messed. But if you need to set up a box for a certain size.
Awesome. I'm gonna stop our recording quick because we all got to watching here. And if you want to join us for the second half of any of our calls, you can go on the Reseller Revenue Facebook page and it'll give you instructions on how to join, or we have the Patreon at the same name.